Hello, welcome back to Space Engineers on the Xbox One, on the retail version. This is the long-awaited update to the game, Sparks of the Future, released yesterday onto the Xbox One. This means we've now got Frostbite and Sparks of the Future, and I want to take a moment to thank Keen, but also to say, buy them, because while you get some good stuff in the free side of Frostbite and the free side of Sparks of the Future, buying the packs not only helps support the game, supports the developers, but will give you some cool stuff to play with. But now, I have a little thing to show you. This is what Sparks of the Future and the new Space Engineers update brings, especially the new Space Engineers update. This is the Sparks of the Future sci-fi armor skin. Look at that. But we have also the science fiction panel. One button does all. You might notice that this is a piston lift, and if you saw my videos on the beta, it is now possible to build lifts in Space Engineers that do this. Because of the new collision update. Just look at how smooth that was. This is the new sci-fi button panel, which allows you to change the LCD display of the button panel. And this is all powered thanks to the collision update, but not only the collision update, thanks to Sparks of the Future and 3D letters. Look at those. Just look at those, because they can be individually painted as well, and they look so good. You can now give your ships the names you've always wanted to give them. Truly awesome stuff. And that is one of the new skins. Makes it look like a circuit board. And if I turn the lights off, they're emissive, so they look awesome in low light rooms. But also you have the neon tubes, and look at those. They're going to give the interiors of your bases and your spaceships and all sorts a really funky science fiction look. And this particular wall was enabled thanks to the new collision. And the other beautiful addition, a game changer, the hinge block. Look at that beauty right there. The hinge block is just superb. The smoothness of the collisions update and the hinge block allows me to make a door that sits perfectly flush with the outside. Just look at that. And also, if you buy the DLC pack for Sparks of the Future, you're going to get these. The sci-fi atmospheric thrusters. Look at those. And the sci-fi ions. And for those people that love to build small grid, well, we can now pressurize small grids thanks to something glorious. That's right, I've just switched from, there you go, large to small. Hold down the left bumper, press X. You can toggle the block size from large to small. A small grid door, which means now your small grid builds can be actually made, rather than just a cockpit, you can actually have a control seat. And you can make a shuttle if you want it out of small blocks. Make it fully air sealed. You could even make a miner. You could have a much more efficient miner because you could place better storage boxes using small grid components. Far more hydrogen storage for fuel. Even putting all 3 thrusters on it if you wanted. And there's also the sci-fi sliding door. Look at that sci-fi sliding door, just look how nice that looks. Imagine that on the side of your ship. Or that one. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And they're off, they're inset as well there. So they look nice. And the mighty collision update means that you can make a very simple piston lift very quickly, very easily, and very, very successfully without any problems. Blocks will now, light armor blocks will now pass up through as well. So if we briefly save this off, if we take a moment to delete that, and let's see, pop a light armor block down. Let's make sure we got that right. Pop a light armor block down. Exciting stuff this is. And hopefully it doesn't clang out. There you go. There goes the armor block, passing through all the other armor blocks. And this opens the game up in numerous ways now. And it's really easy to build one of these piston lifts in the game. You can do it in a matter of moments. Make sure you've got a lift pit. You want to come down a couple of blocks because your piston, I'm going to leave these components garishly coloured as well so we can see them. And your piston in your lift well, like that. This is all there is to it. You want to get your grated catwalk with the 2 bars, orientate it so it's facing that way. Then you want to set up your button panels. Now I've already got these set, so what I'll need to do is interact with this screen, and what I want to do is use this screen to change my piston. So we go to the piston settings and we look at making the velocity about, say, 2. There we go, -2. Like that. To test it, hit reverse. There she goes. Look at that. And you just want to link that to your piston. So, best thing to do, use the left stick, come down into your toolbar at the bottom, press A, remove the old piston, and just select the new piston now. And hit reverse. Boom. Lift control enabled again. Same deal with this one. Press the lift button. Notice it fails. Hold down both bumpers. Press your inventory button. Choose toolbar with the left stick. Push back up. Get to your piston. Punch reverse. And vice versa. Same deal. And that really is just the beginning of what's planned for Sparks of the Future. I'm looking forward to sharing some new build ideas, including the making of these kind of doors, which are really simple and can be done with small blocks for a small block ship. They are not airtight though. That is one big thing to remember. These will not be airtight, as Splitsy says in his video. No airtight. If you want airtight though, this is one of the reasons I suggested grabbing hold of Frostbite. Because Frostbite is pretty good, and it comes with a few extra bits and pieces. One of those, if I can find it, trying to remember where it is now. Is a door. And it's in the airtight hangar doors. And instead of airtight hangar doors, we now have this beauty. And this is good for small shuttles. And it is airtight. And it will make a docking bay on a ship look badass. And I mean, just look at those. Let me just turn my light off. Look at those emissive neon textures. How good does that look? This is some science fiction stuff right there. That's beautiful. And these doors are perfect for smaller hangar bays on large grid ships. You can make a lot of cool stuff with them. And the armor skins on Sparks of the Future are just superb. Even just the flat colour with the circuit board effect, still not as good as that though. That's where it's at, and they look really good when you put them in, say, that colour, because just look at that. I mean, you know, but that gives me Tron vibes right there. And that. So, these things are great fun. And as I said, just these are completely airtight, unlike my little demonstration hinge based landing bay, which you would have to do. So yeah, go and buy Sparks of the Future, support Keen, and make your worlds Sparks powered. That's all I've got time for, but I will be back. I will be looking at continuing my shipbuilding tutorials, but this time I'm going to try and take things in a bit of a different direction. I was going to go for a large grid ship, but I feel like trying to make almost a large grid ship with small grid blocks now, thanks to the new small grid sliding doors. So I shall see about that, but as I always say, stay safe, take care, until the next one, happy engineering, bye for now.